Each time you bend over to pick something off the ground, you're essentially executing a deadlift. So many people round their back when they bend over to pick things up may explain why so many people suffer from lower back pain. Well, before you start deadlifting for the first time, you should check your range of motion. With the deadlift range of motion test, it is important to assess your posterior chain range of motion, especially in your hip, hamstrings and back. The best way is to hinge forward at your hips, with your back flat and legs straight. If you can touch the barbell without rounding your back or internally rotating your shoulders, you have a full range of motion and are good to go. Another way to check your posterior range of motion is to sit on the ground with your legs out in front of you, with your belly tight. You should be able to sit tall with your back and legs straight. First mistake, rounded back. Obviously, a flat back or neutral spine is ideal. A kyphotic, round forward or hyperextended, arched back position can place undue stress and excess pressure on the back and even cause injury. This also applies to the head position. Keep your spine neutral all the way through to the head. Do not look up. Whenever you are in an overextended position, your core turns off. You should keep your head and neck in alignment with the rest of the body. Once you break a neutral head position, it throws a kink in the entire system and destabilizes the structure downstream, making it impossible to maintain an integrated position. The moment you throw your head back, you default into an overextended position. Next, deadlift with your shoulders protracted. When your shoulders protract, your spine is compromised and your lower back will more likely to be rounded. Retracting or pulling the shoulder blades back and together helps you to maintain a neutral spine. Next mistake, squatting the deadlift. The goal of a conventional deadlift is to perform a hip hinge movement, not a squat variation. Therefore, a chest up but down position is not ideal because it does not engage the posterior chain, the hamstring and the glutes for lifting. The knee should be slightly bent, but the movement is still mostly a hip hinge. The aim here is to form an almost vertical line perpendicular to the floor from the heel to the knee, while maintaining a flat back. Next mistake, deadlifting too far away from the bar. Your shins may come into contact with the bar, but they should not be further than 1 or 2 inches away at the most. If you stand too far back, you will be reaching forward and be more likely to round your back. Lift from your lower back and shift your weight to the toes. So, how do we fix these mistakes? Well, the deadlift share the same load order sequence as the squat. First, you brace, then create torque, load your hips and hamstrings. Keep your shins as vertical as possible and distribute your weight in the center of your feet. Top-down setup is the easiest and most effective model for lifting something off the ground. One of the mistakes people make is to bend over, establish their grip, and then try to organize the spine and put the hip in a good position. To execute the deadlift correctly, you have to take all the slack out of the system by creating as much tension as possible prior to lifting the weight off the ground. The more tension you create, the more force you can apply to the movement and less likely you will get injured. To establish a deadlift stance, walk your shin up to the bar and position your feet directly underneath your hip. The bar should bisect the center of your feet. Notice that my feet are pointing straight and positioned slightly narrower than my squat stance. Now go through the same load order sequence as bodyweight squat. Squeeze your butt, screw your feet into the ground. Pull your shoulders back while externally rotating your arms. Inhale, raise your arms, keeping your back flat, hinge forward at the hip until you can touch the bar. Grip the bar with one hand at a time, forming a grip just outside your shins. A thumb distance from your legs is a good start. The key is to have enough room to press your knees out. A double pronated grip enables me to maximize torque and tension in my upper back, while the mixed grip does not allow me to create torque and stabilize my shoulder to the same degree. Keeping the bar as close to your body as possible, stand up, squeezing your glutes as you extend your hips into the top position. Don't lean back or try to shrug your shoulders. To lower the bar to the ground, simply reverse the movement. Thank you for watching until the end. If you like this video, please click the like button. Please subscribe, share and comment. Please also hit the bell so that you'll be notified of any new video release. If you're interested in health and fitness, and if you wish to learn about the effective prevention and management of back pain, please take a look at my new book, which is now available from Amazon. Thank you.